Question 1. What does this sign warn you about? A. Steep ascent ahead. B. Steep descent ahead. C. Road closed ahead. D. Uneven road surface. Answers is B. Steep descent ahead. The sign indicates a steep descent ahead, requiring drivers to select a lower gear to control their speed and use brakes cautiously to prevent overheating and maintain control of the vehicle. Question 2. What is the primary reason for using dipped headlights during the day in poor visibility? A. To see the road more clearly. B. To make your vehicle more visible to others. C. To save battery power. D. To avoid dazzling oncoming drivers. Answers is B. To make your vehicle more visible to others. Using dipped headlights in conditions like rain, fog, or snow helps other road users see your vehicle more easily, improving overall road safety for everyone by increasing your conspicuity. Question 3. You see this sign on a narrow bridge. What should you do? A. Proceed quickly. B. Give way to oncoming vehicles. C. Sound your horn. D. Overtake if clear. Answers is B. Give way to oncoming vehicles. This sign means priority is over oncoming traffic. You must give way to vehicles approaching from the opposite direction, typically on a narrow section of road or bridge, before proceeding. Question 4. When approaching a roundabout, in which direction should you normally give way? A. To traffic from the left. B. To traffic from the right. C. To traffic from ahead. D. To traffic from behind. Answers is B. To traffic from the right. When entering a roundabout, you should normally give way to traffic already on the roundabout, which will be approaching from your right, unless signs or markings indicate otherwise, such as at. Question 5. What does this sign indicate for road users? A. No U-turn allowed. B. No overtaking allowed. C. Speed limit 30. D. End of speed limit. Answers is B. No overtaking allowed. This prohibitory sign means no overtaking. You must not overtake other vehicles in the area where this sign is displayed, typically due to safety reasons like poor visibility or narrow roads. Question 6. In which situation are you allowed to use the hard shoulder on a motorway? A. To overtake slow vehicles. B. In an emergency or breakdown. C. To make a phone call. D. To stop for a short rest. Answers is B. In an emergency or breakdown. The hard shoulder is strictly for all breakdowns, or if directed by emergency services. Using it for any other reason is dangerous and illegal, and puts you and others at risk. Question 7. What does this sign mean at a junction? A. Stop ahead. B. Give way. C. No entry. D. Major road. Answers is B. Give way. This triangular sign with a red border means give way. You must slow down, look for traffic, and be prepared to stop if necessary to allow traffic on the main road to pass before joining or crossing. Question 8. What is the purpose of braking system ABS on a vehicle? A. To reduce stopping distances. B. To maintain steering control while braking. C. To make brakes last longer. D. To assist with acceleration. Answers is B. To maintain steering control while braking. ABS prevents the wheels from locking up during heavy braking, allowing the driver to maintain steering control and potentially avoid skidding, especially on slippery surfaces, enhancing safety. Question 9. What action should you take when you see this warning sign? A. Increase speed. B. Reduce speed and be alert. C. Sound your horn. D. Prepare to stop immediately. Answers is B. Reduce speed and be alert. This sign warns that children are likely to be crossing or walking nearby, often near schools or play areas. You should slow down, be prepared to stop, and be extra vigilant for young pedestrians. Question 10. What is the minimum legal tread depth for car tires in the A. 2 m, B. 1/6 m, C. 3 m, D. 1 m? Answers is B. 1/6 m. The minimum legal tread depth for car tires in the is 1/6 m across the central 3/4 of the breadth of the tread and around the entire circumference. Insufficient tread affects grip. Question 11. What does this sign mean for cyclists? A. No cycling. B. Cycle track. C. Only. D. Shared path. Answers is B. Cycle track. This circular blue sign with a bicycle symbol indicates a mandatory cycle track. Cyclists must use this path if it's safe and appropriate to do so, separating them from general traffic. Question 12. When are you allowed to park on double yellow lines? A. At night only. B. To pick up or drop off passengers. C. If you are only stopping for a moment. D. Never under any circumstances. Answers is B. To pick up or drop off passengers. Double yellow lines mean no waiting at any time, although there are usually exceptions for picking up or dropping off passengers, or for goods, often with time restrictions. Question 13. What does this sign indicate for drivers? A. No parking. B. No stopping. C. Disabled parking. D. Give way. Answers is B. No stopping. This sign with a red cross on a blue background means no stopping. You must not stop at any time, not even to pick up or drop off passengers, unless directed by police or traffic wardens. Question 14. What is the purpose of reflective studs on motorways? A. To mark hard shoulder. B. To help drivers in fog and darkness. C. To indicate speed limits. D. To alert for hazards. Answers is B. To help drivers in fog and darkness. Reflective studs cat's eyes are used to mark lanes and edges of the carriageway, especially useful in darkness or fog to guide drivers and indicate lane changes or exits, enhancing visibility. Question 15. What should you expect when you see this warning sign? A. Smooth road ahead. B. Uneven road ahead. C. Road closed. D. New road surface. Answers is B. Uneven road ahead. This sign warns of an uneven road surface ahead. You should reduce your speed and be prepared for bumps or dips that could affect your vehicle's handling, causing discomfort or loss of control. Question 16. What should you do if your vehicle breaks down on a motorway? A. Stay in your vehicle. B. Leave the vehicle via the left door and wait behind the barrier. C. Try to fix it yourself. D. Walk to the nearest service station. Answers is B. Leave the vehicle via the left door and wait behind the barrier. If your vehicle breaks down on a motorway, pull over to the hard shoulder, exit the vehicle from the left, and wait behind the safety barrier, then use an emergency phone for help. Question 17. What does this sign mean? A. Give way. B. Roundabout. C. Traffic lights. D. One-way system. Answers is B. Roundabout. This sign indicates a roundabout ahead. You should prepare to give way to traffic already on the roundabout, typically from your right, unless otherwise by signs or signals at the junction. Question 18. When is it legal to use a mobile phone while driving? A. When stopped in traffic. B. In a genuine emergency when it is unsafe to stop. C. When using a app. D. Only if your engine is off. Answers is B. In a genuine emergency when it is unsafe to stop. It is illegal to use a mobile phone while driving or supervising a learner, even when stopped in traffic. An exception is a genuine emergency where stopping is unsafe, such as calling 999. Question 19. What does this sign tell you? A. No waiting. B. No entry. C. Stop. D. Give way. Answers is B. No entry. This sign, a red circle with a white bar, means no entry. It typically indicates that vehicles must not enter from that direction, usually for one-way systems or restricted access areas. Question 20. What should you do if you hear the siren of an emergency vehicle while driving? A. Speed up to get out of the way. B. Pull over safely to let it pass. C. Continue driving normally. D. Flash your headlights. Answers is B. Pull over safely to let it pass. You should stay calm, assess the situation, and if appropriate, pull over to the side of the road safely and stop to allow the emergency vehicle to pass. Do not endanger others by rushing. Question 21. What does this sign warn you about ahead? A. No pedestrians. B. Pedestrian crossing. C. Children crossing. D. Cycle route. Answers is B. Pedestrian crossing. This sign warns drivers that there is a pedestrian crossing ahead. You should be prepared to slow down or stop to allow pedestrians to cross safely, especially if they are waiting to cross. Question 22. How can you reduce the environmental impact of your driving? A. Accelerate quickly. B. Maintain smooth acceleration and braking. C. Drive at high speeds. D. Carry unnecessary weight. Answers is B. Maintain smooth acceleration and braking. Smooth driving, avoiding harsh acceleration and braking, helps to reduce fuel consumption and emissions. Regular vehicle maintenance, like tire pressure checks, also contributes to lower impact. Question 23. What does this sign indicate for goods vehicles? A. Goods vehicles only. B. No overtaking for goods vehicles. C. Goods vehicle parking. D. Minimum speed. Answers is B. No overtaking for goods vehicles. This sign specifically prohibits goods vehicles, heavy goods vehicles, from overtaking other vehicles. It often appears on dual carriageways or steep inclines to improve safety and traffic flow. Question 24. What should you do before making a U-turn? A. Signal right and proceed. B. Check for sufficient space and clear road. C. Wait for a gap in oncoming traffic only. D. Always find a roundabout instead. Answers is B. Check for sufficient space and clear road. Before performing a U-turn, ensure the road is wide enough, and check all mirrors and blind spots to confirm it is safe and will not impede other road users. Only do it where permitted and safe. Question 25. What does this sign mean? A. End of road. B. Motorway ahead. C. Service area. D. Dual carriageway. Answers is B. Motorway ahead. This blue rectangular sign with a white road symbol indicates that you are approaching or are on a motorway. Specific rules apply to motorways, such as higher speed limits and vehicle restrictions for certain types. Question 26. How can you avoid dazzling other drivers at night? A. Keep full beam on. B. Dip your headlights. C. Turn off your lights. D. Flash your lights. Answers is B. Dip your headlights. You must dip your headlights when meeting oncoming vehicles or when following another vehicle closely to avoid dazzling the drivers, which can cause a hazard and temporarily blind them. Question 27. What action should you take at this sign? A. Give way if necessary. B. Stop behind the stop line. C. Speed up to merge. D. Sound your horn. Answers is B. Stop behind the stop line. This octagonal sign means stop. You must stop completely at the stop line, even if the junction appears clear, and only proceed when it is safe to do so without causing a hazard. Question 28. What is the main danger of driving too close to the vehicle in front? A. Your brakes will wear faster. B. You will not have enough time to react and stop safely. C. It makes your vehicle less fuel efficient. D. It causes fatigue. Answers is B. You will not have enough time to react and stop safely. Driving too closely tailgating reduces your reaction time and stopping distance, significantly increasing the risk of a collision if the vehicle in front stops suddenly. Maintain a safe gap. Question 29. What does this sign mean? A. Minimum speed 50. B. A maximum speed 50. C. Recommended speed 50. D. End of speed limit. Answers is B. Maximum speed 50. This circular sign with a red border and a number 50 indicates a maximum speed limit of 50 units e.g. in the you must not exceed this speed under any circumstances. Question 30. When is it acceptable to overtake on the left? A. Only on dual carriageways. B. In slow-moving queues of traffic. C. When the driver in front is going too slow. D. Never, it's always illegal. Answers is B. In slow-moving queues of traffic. You should generally overtake on the right, but it is acceptable to overtake on the left in slow-moving queues of traffic where your lane is moving faster, or when turning right and traffic in front is turning left. Question 31. What does this sign warn you about at a railway crossing? A. Level crossing with gates. B. Uncontrolled railway crossing. C. Tram crossing. D. Airport runway. Answers is B. Uncontrolled railway crossing. This warning sign indicates an uncontrolled railway crossing single track ahead without barriers. You must slow down, look and listen for trains, and be prepared to stop if a train is approaching. Question 32. What should you do if you accidentally drive into a system? A. Make a U-turn immediately. B. Reduce speed, choose a lane and follow signs. C. Stop and wait for assistance. D. Sound your horn continuously. Answers is B. Reduce speed, choose a lane and follow signs. If you find yourself in a system, drive carefully, reduce your speed, stay in your lane, and follow all signs and temporary road markings until you exit the system safely. Never turn around. Question 33. What does this mandatory sign instruct you to do? A. Turn left. B. Turn right. C. Proceed straight. D. No right turn. Answers is B. Turn right. This circular blue sign with a white arrow pointing right indicates that you must turn right. This is a mandatory direction sign, and you are not permitted to go straight or turn left. Question 34. What should you do if your steering suddenly feels light on a wet road? A. Steer sharply to regain control. B. Ease off the accelerator and reduce speed. C. Apply the brakes firmly. D. Accelerate to get through the water. Answers is B. Ease off the accelerator and reduce speed. Light steering on a wet road indicates aquaplaning, where your tires lose contact with the road due to water. Ease off the accelerator, keep the steering wheel straight, and don't brake or steer sharply. Question 35. What does this sign indicate for drivers? A. Two-way traffic. B. One-way street. C. No entry. D. Pedestrian zone. Answers is B. One-way street. This blue rectangular sign with a white arrow indicates a one-way street. All traffic must flow in the direction of the arrow. Be careful when entering and exiting these roads. Question 36. What is the recommended rule for following distance? A. A minimum of 2 car lengths. B. A minimum gap in dry conditions. C. 2 seconds to react. D. 2 seconds to overtake safely. Answers is B. A minimum gap in dry conditions. The rule helps ensure a safe following distance. You should be able to count 2 seconds between the vehicle in front passing a fixed point and your vehicle passing it in dry conditions. Double this in wet weather. Question 37. What does this sign mean for heavy vehicles? A. Goods vehicles only. B. No entry for goods vehicles. C. Weight limit. D. End of lorry lane. Answers is B. No entry for goods vehicles. This sign indicates no entry for goods vehicles. Heavy goods vehicles are prohibited from entering this road or area, usually to protect residential areas, weak structures, or for environmental reasons. Question 38. Why is it important to check your tire pressures regularly? A. To increase tire life. B. To improve fuel efficiency and safety. C. To improve engine performance. D. To reduce braking distance only. Answers is B. To improve fuel efficiency and safety. Correct tire pressure ensures optimal grip, handling and braking performance, contributing to safety. It also helps reduce fuel consumption and extends the life of your tires, making it. Question 39. What does this warning sign indicate? A. Uneven road. B. Slippery road. C. Loose chippings. D. Road narrows. Answers is B. Slippery road. This warning sign indicates that the road ahead may be slippery, especially in wet or icy conditions. You should reduce your speed and be extra cautious with braking and steering to prevent skidding. Question 40. What is the primary danger when driving in fog? A. Too much grip. B. Visibility. C. Increased engine temperature. D. Improved reaction times. Answers is B. Visibility. The main danger when driving in fog is severely visibility. making it difficult to see other vehicles, pedestrians, road signs, and hazards. This significantly increases the risk of a collision. Question 41. What does this sign indicate for drivers with trailers? A. Trailer parking. B. No entry for vehicles with trailers. C. Trailers must proceed. D. Trailer length limit. Answers is B. No entry for vehicles with trailers. This prohibitory sign means no entry for vehicles with trailers. It prevents vehicles towing trailers from entering areas where they might cause obstruction or difficulty due to their length or weight. Question 42. What should you do if you are being followed by a tailgating driver? A. Speed up to create a gap. B. Increase your gap to the vehicle in front. C. Brake sharply to deter them. D. Ignore them and maintain speed. Answers is B. Increase your gap to the vehicle in front. Increase your following distance to the car in front. This gives you more time to react and brake gently, which helps prevent the tailgater from having to brake sharply if you slow down. Question 43. What does this sign mean? A. No straight ahead. B. Proceed straight. C. U-turn ahead. D. Dual carriageway. Answers is B. Proceed straight. This circular blue sign with a white arrow pointing upwards means proceed straight. It indicates that you must continue straight ahead and not turn off at the junction, guiding traffic flow. Question 44. When should you switch off your rear fog lights? A. When visibility improves to. B. When visibility improves beyond. C. Only when it's completely clear. D. Before turning a corner. Answers is B. When visibility improves beyond. Rear fog lights are very bright and can dazzle following drivers once visibility improves. You should switch them off once visibility improves beyond approximately 100 meters 328 feet to avoid causing a nuisance or hazard. Question 45. What does this sign warn you about ahead? A. Accident ahead. B. Road works ahead. C. Road closed. D. Traffic congestion. Answers is B. Road works ahead. This sign indicates road works ahead. You should expect speed limits, temporary lane closures, workers on the road, and potential delays. Drive with extra care and follow instructions. Question 46. What must you do if you are involved in an accident that causes damage or injury? A. Drive away if no one saw. B. Stop and exchange details with others involved. C. Only call police if someone is seriously hurt. D. Leave a note with your phone number. Answers is B. Stop and exchange details with others involved. You must stop, exchange details, name, address, vehicle details with anyone else involved. If you can't exchange details, or if injury occurs, you must report it to the police within 24 hours. Question 47. What does this sign mean for vehicles? A. No stopping. B. No parking. C. Loading zone. D. Permit holders only. Answers is B. No parking. This sign means no parking. You are not permitted to park your vehicle in this area, although a brief stop to pick up or drop off passengers might be allowed if there are no additional no-stopping restrictions. Question 48. What is the main advantage of having drive on your car? A. Better fuel economy. B. Improved grip on slippery or loose surfaces. C. Shorter braking distances. D. Higher top speed. Answers is B. improved grip on slippery or loose surfaces. Drive vehicles typically offer improved traction and grip, particularly on slippery roads, mud, or uneven terrain, enhancing stability and control in challenging conditions for better safety. Question 49. What does this sign indicate for drivers? A. Road widens. B. Road narrows on both sides. C. Dual carriageway begins. D. Motorway ahead. Answers is B. Road narrows on both sides. This warning sign indicates that the road ahead narrows on both sides. You should adjust your speed and be aware of oncoming traffic, particularly if the road becomes in sections. Question 50. What should you do if your accelerator pedal sticks while driving? A. Pump the brake pedal rapidly. B. Try to free it or shift to neutral and brake safely. C. Switch off the engine immediately. D. Steer into the side of the road. Answers is B. Try to free it or shift to neutral and brake safely. If your accelerator sticks, try to free it with your foot. If unsuccessful, shift to neutral, then apply the brakes firmly and steadily to stop safely. Only switch off the engine once stopped and safe. Question 51. What does this sign indicate? A. Two-way traffic. B. Lane directions. C. Speed camera. D. Road narrows. Answers is B. Lane directions. This sign indicates the directions of movement allowed in different lanes ahead, helping drivers choose the correct lane for their intended turn or straight-ahead movement at a complex junction or approach. Question 52. What is the main hazard when driving past parked cars? A. Road width. B. Opening doors or people stepping out. C. Scratches on your car. D. Blocked view of traffic lights. Answers is B. Opening doors or people stepping out. The main hazard is that car doors may suddenly open or pedestrians, especially children, may step out from between parked vehicles without looking. Always anticipate this and give parked cars a wide berth. Question 53. What does this warning sign indicate? A. Strong crosswinds. B. Side wind. C. Wind direction. D. Narrow bridge. Answers is B. Side wind. This sign warns of strong side winds. Be prepared for your vehicle to be buffeted, especially in exposed areas on bridges or when passing large vehicles. Grip the steering wheel firmly with both hands. Question 54. What is the safest way to dry your brakes after driving through deep water? A. Accelerate rapidly. B. Drive slowly and gently apply the brakes. C. Switch on your wipers. D. Rev the engine in neutral. Answers is B. Drive slowly and gently apply the brakes. After driving through deep water, your brakes may be less effective due to being wet. Drive slowly and gently apply the brakes a few times to dry them out, testing their effectiveness before resuming normal speed. Question 55. What does this sign indicate for drivers? A. Pass right. B. Pass obstacle on the left. C. Two-way traffic. D. Lane ends. Answers is B. Pass obstacle on the left. This mandatory sign indicates that you must pass an obstacle, such as a traffic island or roadworks on the side. It guides the flow of traffic around obstructions safely. Question 56. What should you do before starting a long journey? A. Fill the fuel tank only. B. Check oil, water, tires, lights, and fuel. C. Service your car every week. D. Only check the brakes. Answers is B. Check oil, water, tires, lights, and fuel. Before a long journey, it's crucial to perform basic checks on your vehicle's oil, coolant, tire pressures, lights, and fuel level to prevent breakdowns and ensure safety for yourself and others. Question 57. What does this sign mean at a railway crossing? A. Single track. B. Railway crossing. C. Level crossing with barriers. D. Tram crossing. Answers is B. Railway crossing. This sign warns of a railway crossing ahead. You must be extra cautious, slow down, look and listen for trains, and be prepared for more than one train passing, even if one has just passed. Question 58. Why is coasting driving in neutral or with the clutch down dangerous? A. It uses more fuel. B. It reduces vehicle control and braking effectiveness. C. It damages the engine. D. It makes your lights dim. Answers is B. It reduces vehicle control and braking effectiveness. Coasting reduces your ability to steer or brake effectively because you lose engine braking and direct power to the wheels. This can be dangerous, especially on declines or when approaching junctions, as it impacts control. Question 59. What does this sign indicate to drivers? A. Maximum speed. B. Recommended speed. C. Minimum speed. D. No speed limit. Answers is B. Recommended speed. This sign indicates a recommended speed of 50 units e.g. It's a suggestion for safe and efficient travel under normal conditions, but not a mandatory limit. You must still adhere to any maximum limits. Question 60. How can you make sure you're visible to other road users at night? A. Drive with hazard lights on. B. Use correct headlights and maintain them clean. C. Drive slowly with only side lights. D. Wear reflective clothing in your car. Answers is B. Use correct headlights and maintain them clean. Ensure your headlights, taillights, and reflectors are clean and working correctly. Use dipped beam when driving in built-up areas or when other vehicles to be seen without dazzling. Question 61. What does this sign mean for vehicles? A. Turn right ahead. B. No right turn. C. One way to the right. D. Right turn only. Answers is B. No right turn. This prohibitory sign means no right turn. You must not turn right at the junction or location where this sign is displayed. Find an alternative route to proceed in your desired direction. Question 62. When may you use the horn in a built-up area? A. To greet a friend. B. To warn other road users of your presence. C. To signal frustration. D. To indicate you are turning. Answers is B. To warn other road users of your presence. You should only use your horn when your vehicle is moving, and you need to warn other road users of your presence, not to express anger or impatience, or between 11:30 p.m. and 7:00 am in built-up areas. Question 63. What does this sign mean for cyclists and pedestrians? A. No cyclists, no pedestrians. B. Combined cycle and pedestrian crossing. C. Separate cycle and pedestrian paths. D. Footpath only. Answers is B. Combined cycle and pedestrian crossing. This sign indicates a combined pedestrian and cycle crossing ahead. Drivers must be aware that both pedestrians and cyclists may be crossing at this point, and be prepared to stop for either group. Question 64. What should you do if your vehicle starts to skid on ice or snow? A. Slam on the brakes. B. Steer gently into the skid and ease off acceleration. C. Accelerate to regain traction. D. Turn off the engine. Answers is B. Steer gently into the skid and ease off acceleration. If your vehicle skids, steer gently into the direction of the skid and ease off the accelerator, avoiding sudden braking or steering movements. Look in the direction you want to go to help regain control. Question 65. What does this sign indicate about the road ahead? A. B. Hump or speed bump. C. Steep ascent. D. Road narrows. Answers is B. Hump or speed bump. This warning sign indicates a hump or speed bump ahead. You should reduce your speed significantly to avoid damaging your vehicle's suspension, losing control, or causing discomfort to passengers. Question 66. Why is it important to check your mirrors before signaling? A. To make sure your lights work. B. To assess if your signal will affect other road users. C. To check your blind spot only. D. To see if a police car is behind you. Answers is B. To assess if your signal will affect other road users. Checking your mirrors before signaling, part of the routine, allows you to see if your intended action is safe and won't endanger or inconvenience other drivers, cyclists, or pedestrians around you. Question 67. What does this sign indicate about the road? A. Road widens right. B. Road narrows on the right. C. One-way traffic. D. Lane closure ahead. Answers is B. Road narrows on the right. This warning sign indicates that the road ahead narrows on the side. You should adjust your position and speed, being aware of the road width and potential for oncoming traffic. Question 68. What is the primary function of engine oil? A. To cool the engine. B. To lubricate moving parts and reduce friction. C. To clean the engine. D. To provide power to the wheels. Answers is B. To lubricate moving parts and reduce friction. Engine oil lubricates the engine's moving parts, reducing friction and wear, which is essential for engine longevity and efficient operation. It also helps to cool the engine and clean components. Question 69. What does this sign indicate for drivers? A. Turn right or left. B. Proceed straight or turn left. C. No straight or left turn. D. One way ahead. Answers is B. Proceed straight or turn left. This mandatory sign indicates that you must either proceed straight ahead or turn left. It guides traffic flow at junctions or where specific lane usage is required for safety and efficiency. Question 70. What should you do if your vehicle's braking system ABS activates? A. Release the brake pedal immediately. B. Press the brake pedal firmly and steer normally. C. Pump the brake pedal gently. D. Turn off your engine. Answers is B. Press the brake pedal firmly and steer normally. If ABS activates, you might feel a pulse through the pedal and hear a grinding sound. Maintain firm pressure on the brake pedal and continue to steer normally. ABS will prevent wheel. Question 71. What does this sign warn you about ahead? A. Domestic animals. B. Wild animals. C. Farm animals. D. Zebra crossing. Answers is B. Wild animals. This warning sign indicates that wild animals, such as deer, may be crossing the road ahead. You should reduce your speed and be extra vigilant, especially during dawn and dusk when they are most active. Question 72. What should you do if you are dazzled by the headlights of an oncoming vehicle? A. Flash your full beam. B. Slow down and look to the left side of the road. C. Stop immediately in your lane. D. Close your eyes briefly. Answers is B. Slow down and look to the left side of the road. If dazzled, slow down, and if necessary, stop. Look to the edge of the road or the white line to avoid the glare while maintaining your course. Do not retaliate by flashing your full beam. Question 73. What does this sign mean? A. Turn left ahead. B. No left turn. C. One way to the left. D. Left turn only. Answers is B. No left turn. This prohibitory sign means no left turn. You must not turn left at the junction or location where this sign is displayed. Plan to take an alternative route to continue your journey. Question 74. What is the primary purpose of a safe system approach to road safety? A. To ensure vehicles are faster. B. To create a forgiving road environment. C. To reduce the number of traffic lights. D. To encourage more driving. Answers is B. To create a forgiving road environment. The safe system approach aims to minimize serious, and by designing roads, vehicles, speeds, and rules to be forgiving of human error, making crashes less severe and avoidable. Question 75. What does this sign indicate? A. Maximum speed 50. B. Minimum speed 50. C. Recommended speed 50. D. Speed limit ends. Answers is B. Minimum speed 50. This circular blue sign with a white number 50 indicates a minimum speed limit of 50 units e.g. You must drive at least this speed unless conditions make it unsafe, such as heavy traffic. Question 76. What should you do if you miss your exit on a motorway? A. Reverse on the hard shoulder. B. Continue to the next exit. C. Stop and ask for directions. D. Make a U-turn. Answers is B. Continue to the next exit. It is illegal and extremely dangerous to reverse, stop, or make U-turns on a motorway. You must continue to the next exit and then find a safe and legal route back to your destination. Question 77. What does this sign warn about on the road? A. Slippery road. B. Loose gravel or chippings. C. Road narrows. D. Uneven road. Answers is B. Loose gravel or chippings. This sign warns of loose gravel or chippings on the road. You should reduce your speed to avoid skidding and to prevent stones from being thrown up, which could damage other vehicles or pedestrians. Question 78. What is the consequence of failing to signal correctly? A. Increased fuel consumption. B. Misleading other road users and causing a hazard. C. Your car alarm may activate. D. Minor inconvenience only. Answers is B. Misleading other road users and causing a hazard. Incorrect or absent signaling can confuse other drivers, pedestrians, and cyclists, leading to unpredictable situations and increasing the risk of collisions. Always use the routine and signal clearly. Question 79. What does this sign mean for drivers? A. U-turn only. B. No U-turn. C. Turn around area. D. One-way traffic. Answers is B. No U-turn. This sign prohibits U-turns. You must not make a U-turn at this location. often due to safety reasons like limited visibility or heavy traffic. Seek another way to change direction safely. Question 80. What should you do before reversing into a side road? A. Check only behind your vehicle. B. Check all around for pedestrians and traffic. C. Sound your horn repeatedly. D. Open your door to look back. Answers is B. Check all around for pedestrians and traffic. Before reversing, you must ensure the maneuver is safe and will not endanger anyone. Check all mirrors, look over both shoulders, and be aware of pedestrians, cyclists, and other vehicles before you begin. Question 81. What does this sign indicate about the road layout? A. Right turn only. B. Left lane must turn left. C. No left turn. D. One-way left. Answers is B. Left lane must turn left. This sign provides information about the directions of movement allowed in specific lanes. Here, it indicates that vehicles in the leftmost lane must turn left, preventing through traffic in that lane. Question 82. What should you do if your brakes fail completely while driving? A. Steer into a wall. B. Apply the handbrake firmly but progressively. C. Open your door to slow down. D. Downshift rapidly to the lowest gear. Answers is B. Apply the handbrake firmly but progressively. If brakes fail, try selecting a lower gear to use engine braking, then apply the handbrake progressively and firmly, but not so hard as to lock the wheels. Look for a safe place to stop, such as an uphill road. Question 83. What does this sign indicate? A. Curve to the left. B. Dangerous curve to the right. C. Hairpin bend. D. Road ahead narrows. Answers is B. Dangerous curve to the right. This sign warns of a dangerous curve to the right. You should reduce your speed significantly and be prepared for the bend, ensuring you maintain good road positioning and control of your vehicle. Question 84. When should you use dipped headlights during the day? A. Always for safety. B. In poor visibility like rain, fog, or snow. C. Only when driving on motorways. D. When parking. Answers is B. In poor visibility like rain, fog, or snow. Dipped headlights should be used during the day whenever visibility is seriously, such as in heavy rain, fog, mist, or snow, to ensure other road users can see you, not just for your own vision. Question 85. What does this sign mean? A. One-way. B. No entry for all vehicles. C. Stop ahead. D. Give way. Answers is B. No entry for all vehicles. This sign, a red circle, means no entry for all vehicles. No vehicles are permitted to enter beyond this point, typically at the start of a pedestrian zone or private road where access is restricted. Question 86. What should you do if you are driving on a motorway and traffic ahead is slowing down rapidly? A. Change lanes quickly. B. Gently brake, check mirrors, and switch on hazard lights. C. Accelerate to maintain speed. D. Sound your horn. Answers is B. Gently brake, check mirrors, and switch on hazard lights. Gently apply your brakes, check your mirrors, and switch on your hazard warning lights to alert drivers behind you to the sudden deceleration, especially if they are far back and may not see the hazard immediately. Question 87. What does this sign indicate? A. No pedestrians. B. Pedestrian crossing ahead. C. Pedestrian zone. D. Footpath only. Answers is B, pedestrian crossing ahead. This sign provides information that a pedestrian crossing is ahead. Drivers should be vigilant for pedestrians, reduce speed, and be ready to stop if necessary to allow them to cross safely at the marked point. Question 88. When is it particularly important to check your vehicle's coolant level? A. Before every short journey. B. Before a long journey or during hot weather. C. Only if the engine overheats. D. Weekly, regardless of use. Answers is B. Before a long journey or during hot weather. Checking coolant before long journeys or in hot weather helps prevent overheating and engine damage. Always check when the engine is cold to avoid injury from hot liquid or steam, and ensure it is between marks. Question 89. What does this sign mean for the road? A. Uneven road. B. Falling rocks or debris. C. Steep descent. D. Roadworks. Answers is B. Falling rocks or debris. This sign warns of falling rocks or debris from a cliff or hillside onto the road. Drive cautiously, watch for fallen materials, and be prepared for sudden obstacles, especially in mountainous or coastal areas. Question 90. What is a box junction and what are the rules for entering one? A parking area. B. Only enter if your exit is clear. C. A pedestrian crossing. D. Always stop before entering. Answers is B. Only enter if your exit is clear. A box junction is marked with yellow lines. You must not enter the box until your exit road or lane is clear. An exception is if you are turning right and oncoming traffic prevents you, provided you don't block traffic. Question 91. What does this sign indicate for drivers? A. Pass left. B. Pass obstacle on the right. C. One-way street. D. Lane ends. Answers is B. Pass obstacle on the right. This mandatory sign indicates that you must pass an obstacle, such as a traffic island or roadworks, on the side. It guides the flow of traffic around obstructions safely and clearly. Question 92. What should you do if you encounter a slow-moving vehicle displaying an amber flashing beacon? A. Overtake immediately. B. Be prepared for unusual or slow movements. C. Flash your headlights. D. Assume it's an emergency vehicle. Answers is B. Be prepared for unusual or slow movements. Amber flashing beacons are used by slow-moving vehicles, wide loads, or vehicles working on the road. Be cautious, reduce speed, and be prepared for unexpected movements or obstacles in the road ahead. Question 93. What does this sign indicate? A. Stop sign ahead. B. Traffic lights ahead. C. Give way sign ahead. D. Junction ahead. Answers is B. Traffic lights ahead. This warning sign indicates that there are traffic lights ahead. You should slow down and be prepared to stop if the lights are red or if they change to amber, anticipating the change. Question 94. What is the consequence of driving with tires? A. Improved grip. B. Fuel economy and increased tire wear. C. Better steering control. D. Shorter braking distances. Answers is B. Fuel economy and increased tire wear. Tires can lead to increased fuel consumption, tire life due to uneven wear, and impaired handling and braking, making the vehicle less safe and efficient. Check pressures regularly. Question 95. What does this sign mean for motorcycles? A. Motorcycles only. B. No entry for motorcycles. C. Motorcycle parking. D. End of motorcycle lane. Answers is B, no entry for motorcycles. This prohibitory sign indicates no entry for motorcycles. Motorcycles are not allowed to proceed beyond this point, often for safety or noise reasons in certain areas, or where access is limited. Question 96. What should you do if you see hazard warning lights flashing on a car ahead? A. Overtake immediately. B. Be prepared for a hazard or a sudden stop. C. Assume the driver is lost. D. Speed up to pass them. Answers is B. Be prepared for a hazard or a sudden stop. Hazard warning lights indicate a stationary obstruction, a breakdown, or a warning of a hazard ahead, e.g., sudden braking or a queue of traffic. Be prepared to slow down or stop safely. Question 97. What does this sign mean? A. End of urban area. B. Residential area living zone. C. Village entrance. D. Quiet street ahead. Answers is B. Residential area living zone. This sign indicates the beginning of a residential area or living zone. Special rules apply, such as lower speed limits, often 20, and a heightened awareness of pedestrians and children on the road. Question 98. How can you help prevent route blindness on a long journey? A. Drive faster to arrive sooner. B. Take regular breaks and share driving if possible. C. Drink coffee constantly. D. Listen to loud music. Answers is B. Take regular breaks and share driving if possible. Route blindness or driver fatigue can be dangerous. Take regular breaks at least 15 minutes every 2 hours. Get enough sleep before driving, and share driving if traveling with someone else to stay alert. Question 99. What does this sign indicate to road users? A. Road closed. B. Other danger, accident prone. C. End of restricted zone. D. Speed limit 30. Answers is B. Other danger, accident prone. This sign with an exclamation mark means other danger or accident prone area. It warns drivers of a specific local hazard not covered by other signs. Be extra cautious and reduce speed accordingly. Question 100. Why is it important to check your blind spots? A. To see if your lights are on. B. To see vehicles not visible in mirrors. C. To check your indicators. D. To avoid dazzling others. Answers is B. To see vehicles not visible in mirrors. Blind spots are areas around your vehicle that cannot be seen using your mirrors. Checking them by glancing over your shoulder is crucial before changing lanes or turning to avoid collisions with hidden vehicles or cyclists. Question 101. What does this sign indicate about the road surface? A. Smooth road. B. Ahead. C. Uneven road. D. Answers is B. Ahead. This sign warns of potholes in the road ahead. You should reduce your speed and drive carefully to avoid damaging your vehicle's tires or suspension and maintain control, especially in wet conditions. Question 102. What is the purpose of the give way road marking? A. To indicate a bus stop. B. To show where to give way to traffic. C. To mark a pedestrian crossing. D. To indicate a parking area. Answers is B. To show where to give way to traffic. A give way road marking a broken white line indicates where you should give way to traffic on the main road before proceeding. It often a give way sign, reinforcing the instruction. Question 103. What does this sign mean? A. End of priority. B. Priority road. C. Give way. D. No entry. Answers is B, priority road. This sign indicates that you are on a priority road. Traffic on this road has priority over traffic from side roads. This sign is typically found at the start of a main road or after a junction, giving you right of way. Question 104. What should you do if you are planning to turn right on a busy road? A. Turn without waiting. B. Wait for a safe gap in oncoming traffic. C. Force your way into the gap. D. Flash your headlights. Answers is B. Wait for a safe gap in oncoming traffic. You must wait for a safe and sufficient gap in oncoming traffic before turning right. Do not take risks or assume other drivers will stop for you. Patience is crucial for safe turning maneuvers. Question 105. What does this sign warn about? A. No cyclists. B. Cyclists leaving or entering. C. Cycle track. D. Shared path ahead. Answers is B. Cyclists leaving or entering. This warning sign indicates that cyclists may be leaving or entering the road, often near cycle paths or routes. You should be prepared to slow down and give way to them, exercising extra caution. Question 106. What are the rules regarding driving through a ford? A. Always drive through quickly. B. Check the depth and proceed slowly in a low gear. C. Avoid all fords. D. Only cross if another car has just crossed. Answers is B. Check the depth and proceed slowly in a low gear. Before driving through a ford, check the depth of the water and assess if it's safe. Drive slowly in a low gear to avoid creating a bow wave and to prevent water from entering the engine, which could cause damage. Question 107. What does this sign mean for the motorway? A. Motorway junction. B. End of motorway. C. Start of motorway. D. Motorway services. Answers is B. End of motorway. This sign indicates the end of motorway. As you leave the motorway, be aware that national speed limits and different driving conditions will apply on the roads ahead, requiring adjustment of your driving. Question 108. Why is it important to use A? A. To avoid a fine only. B. To prevent serious injury in a collision. C. To help with posture. D. To stay awake. Answers is B. To prevent serious injury in a collision. Wearing A is a legal requirement and significantly reduces the risk of death or serious injury in a collision by restraining you and preventing you from being thrown forward or into the dashboard. Question 109. What does this sign indicate for the road? A. Steep descent. B. Steep ascent. C. Uneven road. D. Hump bridge. Answers is B. Steep ascent. This warning sign indicates a steep ascent ahead. You should be prepared to select a lower gear to maintain speed and power as you climb the hill, and to avoid straining the engine. Question 110. What should you do if you break down in a tunnel? A. Stay in your car. B. Switch on hazard lights, get out and use emergency phone. C. Attempt to push your car out. D. Wait for other drivers to help. Answers is B. Switch on hazard lights, get out and use emergency phone. In a tunnel, switch on hazard lights. If possible, drive to an emergency point. Otherwise, switch off your engine, leave the vehicle and use the emergency telephone to get help. Do not smoke or walk around. Question 111. What does this sign indicate about oncoming traffic? A. Oncoming traffic has priority. B. You have priority over oncoming traffic. C. Two-way traffic. D. End of one way. Answers is B. You have priority over oncoming traffic. This sign means priority over oncoming traffic. You have the right of way over vehicles coming from the opposite direction, typically on a narrow section of road or bridge where only one vehicle can pass at a time. Question 112. What is the legal minimum age to drive a car in the A. 16 years old, B. 17 years old, C. 18 years old, D. 15 years old? Answers is B. 17 years old. In the legal minimum age to drive a car is 17. You can apply for a provisional license at 16, but cannot drive until 17 or 16 if you receive the higher rate of the mobility component of PIP. Question 113. What does this sign indicate to drivers? A. Proceed straight, B. Turn right or left, C. No U-turn, D. One way only. Answers is B. Turn right or left. This mandatory sign indicates that you must either turn right or turn left. It often appears at junctions where going straight ahead is not permitted or possible, guiding traffic flow efficiently. Question 114. What are the dangers of towing a trailer that is too heavy for your vehicle? A. It will use more fuel, B. Loss of control, longer braking, vehicle damage, C. The trailer lights won't work, D. It's illegal but not dangerous. Answers is B. Loss of control, longer braking, vehicle damage. Towing an overweight trailer can lead to instability, loss of control, increased stopping distances, and damage to your vehicle's engine, brakes, and suspension. Always check your vehicle's towing capacity. Question 115. What does this sign mean? A. Airport ahead, B. Low-flying aircraft or sudden noise, C. Airfield crossing, D. Zone. Answers is B. Low-flying aircraft or sudden noise. This warning sign indicates an area with low-flying aircraft, often near an airfield. You should be prepared for sudden loud noise which could startle you or affect control of your vehicle, particularly during. Question 116. What should you do if you are driving on a single carriageway road and a large vehicle is approaching from the opposite direction? A. Maintain speed and position, B. Slow down and be prepared to stop or pull over, C. Flash your headlights, D. Move closer to the center line. Answers is B. Slow down and be prepared to stop or pull over. Oncoming large vehicles can create wind buffeting and require more road space. Slow down, move to the left, and be prepared to stop or pull over if necessary to allow them to pass safely without risk. Question 117. What does this sign indicate about the junction ahead? A. Major crossroads, B. Junction with a minor road, C. Roundabout ahead, D. Motorway exit. Answers is B. Junction with a minor road. This warning sign indicates a junction ahead where a minor road joins from the right and left, forming a crossroads with the main road you are on. Be prepared for emerging traffic and potential hazards. Question 118. What should you do if you accidentally hit a domestic animal while driving? A. Drive on if it's not injured, B. Stop, check the animal and report to police if necessary, C. Only stop if it's a dog, D. Call a vet immediately. Answers is B. Stop, check the animal and report to police if necessary. You must stop if you hit a dog, horse, cow, pig, goat, sheep or donkey. Check the animal, warn other road users and report it to the police. It's good practice to do so for other animals too. Question 119. What does this sign indicate about the junction? A. Minor road on the left. B. Minor road joins from the right. C. Major road ahead. D. No right turn. Answers is B. Minor road joins from the right. This sign warns that a minor road joins your main road from the right ahead. You should be aware of traffic potentially emerging from or turning into this minor road, and adjust your speed and observation. Question 120. What is the Dutch reach technique used for? A. To signal turns. B. To open car doors safely and prevent injury to cyclists. C. To adjust your mirrors. D. To check blind spots. Answers is B. To open car doors safely and prevent injury to cyclists. The Dutch reach involves opening your car door with the hand furthest from the door. This forces you to turn your body and naturally look over your shoulder, checking for cyclists and pedestrians before opening the door. Question 121. What does this sign indicate about the road? A. Slippery road. B. Change of road surface. C. Uneven road. D. New road layout. Answers is B. Change of road surface. This warning sign indicates a change of road surface ahead. You should be prepared for different grip levels, which may require adjusting your speed and driving style to maintain control, especially in wet conditions. Question 122. Why is it important to keep the windscreen clean inside and out? A. To make the car look better. B. To ensure clear visibility and avoid glare. C. To reduce internal noise. D. To prevent rust. Answers is B. To ensure clear visibility and avoid glare. A clean windscreen provides clear visibility, which is essential for safe driving. Dirt, smears, or condensation can obscure your view and cause dangerous glare from sunlight or headlights, impairing your vision. Question 123. What does this sign indicate about parking? A. Perpendicular parking. B. Parking parallel to the curb. C. No parking. D. Disabled parking. Answers is B. Parking parallel to the curb. This supplementary plate indicates the permitted method of parking. It shows that vehicles should be parked parallel to the edge of the carriageway, the curb, often in a marked bay or along the road. Question 124. What is the correct procedure for stopping at a pelican crossing when the lights are flashing amber? A. Proceed if no pedestrians are waiting. B. Give way to pedestrians on the crossing. C. Accelerate to clear the crossing. D. Stop and wait for green light. Answers is B. Give way to pedestrians on the crossing. When the lights on a pelican crossing are flashing amber, you must give way to any pedestrians who are still on the crossing. If the crossing is clear, you may proceed with caution, without stopping again for a green light. Question 125. What does this sign mean? A. Bridge ahead. B. Drawbridge ahead. C. Narrow bridge. D. Uneven bridge. Answers is B. Drawbridge ahead. This warning sign indicates a drawbridge ahead, which can open to allow boats to pass. Be prepared to stop if the bridge is open or about to open, and follow any signals or instructions given by the bridge operator. Question 126. What is the recommended response to a flash for flash signal from another driver? A. Accelerate quickly. B. Assume the other driver means nothing. C. Return the flash as a greeting. D. Always give way. Answers is B. Assume the other driver means nothing. You should never assume what another driver's flashing headlights mean. It is best to treat it as a warning of their presence and exercise caution, without assuming they are giving way to you or indicating anything specific. Question 127. What does this sign indicate for drivers? A. Use horn. B. No sounding of horn. C. Quiet zone. D. Traffic calming. Answers is B. No sounding of horn. This sign indicates no sounding of horn. You must not use your horn in this area, typically in residential zones or near hospitals, between 11:30 p.m. and 7:00 am, unless there is a genuine emergency to warn of danger. Question 128. Why should you avoid braking harshly unless it's an emergency? A. It uses more fuel. B. It increases risk of skidding and wears out brakes. C. It damages your tires only. D. It's illegal. Answers is B. It increases risk of skidding and wears out brakes. Harsh braking can cause a skid, especially in poor conditions, and puts excessive wear on your brakes and tires. Smooth, progressive braking is safer and more economical, giving following drivers more time to react. Question 129. What does this sign indicate about the area? A. Start of residential area. B. End of residential area. C. Town boundary. D. Speed limit 30. Answers is B. End of residential area. This sign indicates the end of residential area or end of living zone. The specific restrictions or recommendations for that area no longer apply, and national speed limits may resume as appropriate. Question 130. What should you do if your vision is obscured by spray from other vehicles? A. Speed up to get clear. B. Slow down and increase your following distance. C. Turn on your full beam headlights. D. Close your eyes for a moment. Answers is B. Slow down and increase your following distance. If spray reduces visibility, slow down, increase the gap between your vehicle and the one in front, and use your dipped headlights if necessary. Avoid harsh braking or steering to maintain control. Question 131. What does this sign indicate? A. Tunnel ahead. B. Embankment or quayside ahead. C. Road narrows. D. Steep drop. Answers is B. Embankment or quayside ahead. This sign warns of an embankment or quayside ahead, meaning there's a risk of driving into water if you lose control. Drive with extreme caution, reduce speed, and be prepared to stop if needed. Question 132. What is the recommended way to secure a child in a car? A. On your lap with A. B. In an appropriate child seat for their age and weight. C. With an adult if they can reach it. D. In the front seat always. Answers is B. In an appropriate child seat for their age and weight. Children must use an appropriate child car seat until they are 12 years old or 135 centimeters tall, whichever comes first. After this, they must use an adult, ensuring safety. Question 133. What does this sign indicate for drivers? A. Pass only right. B. Pass obstacle on either side. C. One-way traffic. D. Roundabout ahead. Answers is B, pass obstacle on either side. This mandatory sign indicates that you may pass the obstacle, such as a traffic island, on either the right or the left side. Choose the safest and most appropriate path based on road conditions and traffic. Question 134. What is the stopping distance on a road? A. Distance traveled while reacting. B. Thinking distance plus braking distance. C. Distance traveled after applying brakes. D. Length of two cars. Answers is B. Thinking distance plus braking distance. Stopping distance is the total distance your vehicle travels from the moment you identify a hazard to the moment your vehicle comes to a complete stop. It combines thinking and braking distances, both crucial for safety. Question 135. What does this sign indicate for public transport? A. Bus stop ahead. B. Road with a bus lane. C. No entry for buses. D. Bus priority. Answers is B. Road with a bus lane. This sign indicates a road with a lane reserved for public transport vehicles, e.g., buses, trams. Other vehicles typically cannot use this lane during its hours of operation, as by accompanying signs. Question 136. When is it important to use your hazard warning lights? A. When driving in fog. B. To warn of a hazard or breakdown. C. To indicate you are parking. D. To thank other drivers. Answers is B. To warn of a hazard or breakdown. Hazard warning lights should be used to warn other road users of a temporary obstruction ahead, e.g., slow-moving traffic on a fast road, or if your vehicle has broken down and is causing an obstruction. Question 137. What does this sign mean for the road? A. Bridge ahead. B. Tunnel ahead. C. Road narrows. D. Underpass. Answers is B. Tunnel ahead. This warning sign indicates a tunnel ahead. You should be prepared for light potential changes in speed limits and to switch on your dipped headlights before entering to ensure visibility. Question 138. What is defensive driving? A. Driving aggressively. B. Anticipating hazards and planning for reactions. C. Driving very slowly. D. Only reacting to hazards as they occur. Answers is B. Anticipating hazards and planning for reactions. Defensive driving involves anticipating potential hazards by other road users or road conditions, and taking timely, safe actions to avoid becoming involved in a collision, safety over speed. Question 139. What does this sign indicate about the road? A. Soft verges. B. Dangerous hard shoulder. C. Road closed. D. Emergency lane. Answers is B. Dangerous hard shoulder. This warning sign indicates a dangerous hard shoulder, possibly due to it being uneven, soft, or narrow. Avoid using the hard shoulder unless it's an emergency, and be cautious if you must pull over. Question 140. What should you do if your engine coolant light comes on while driving? A. Continue driving to a garage. B. Stop safely and check the coolant level when cool. C. Switch off air conditioning. D. Increase speed to cool the engine. Answers is B. Stop safely and check the coolant level when cool. If the coolant warning light comes on, it indicates overheating. Stop safely as soon as possible, turn off the engine, and let it cool before checking the coolant level. Continuing could cause severe damage. Question 141. What does this sign mean for pedestrians? A. No pedestrians, B. Pedestrian track, C. Shared path, D. Pedestrian crossing. Answers is B. Pedestrian track. This circular blue sign with a pedestrian symbol indicates a mandatory pedestrian track or footpath. Pedestrians must use this path if it's safe and available, separating them from vehicle traffic. Question 142. What is the primary reason for a staggered junction? A. To reduce traffic noise. B. To improve safety by controlling traffic flow. C. To allow for faster speeds. D. To create parking spaces. Answers is B. To improve safety by controlling traffic flow. Staggered junctions are designed to improve safety by preventing drivers from crossing directly over a main road. You must complete 2 separate turns, looking right then left or vice versa, reducing collision risk. Question 143. What does this sign indicate about the carriageway? A. Curve to the right. B. Dangerous curve to the right. C. Series of bends. D. Road narrows. Answers is B. Dangerous curve to the right. This sign warns of a dangerous curve to the right ahead. You should reduce your speed significantly and be prepared for the bend, ensuring you maintain good road positioning and vehicle control throughout the turn. Question 144. What is the recommended response if your vehicle fires while driving? A. Keep driving to a garage. B. Stop safely, switch off engine and evacuate. C. Try to put it out yourself immediately. D. Call your insurance company first. Answers is B. Stop safely, switch off engine and evacuate. Stop as safely as possible, switch off the engine, and evacuate all occupants to a safe distance. Call emergency services immediately. Only attempt to extinguish a small fire if safe and you have an extinguisher. Question 145. What does this sign indicate? A. Single bend ahead. B. Series of dangerous curves, first to right. C. Winding road. D. Sharp turn ahead. Answers is B. Series of dangerous curves, first to right. This sign warns of a series of dangerous curves, with the first bend curving to the right. You should reduce speed significantly and be prepared for multiple changes in direction to maintain control. Question 146. What should you do if you become tired while driving? A. Open the window and turn up the radio. B. Find a safe place to stop and rest. C. Drink an energy drink and continue. D. Speed up to finish the journey faster. Answers is B. Find a safe place to stop and rest. Driver fatigue is a major cause of accidents. If you feel tired, find a safe, legal place to stop, have a short nap about minutes, and then a cup of coffee if available before continuing your journey. Question 147. What does this sign mean for traffic flow? A. One-way street. B. Reversible lane road. C. Lane closure ahead. D. Narrow road. Answers is B. Reversible lane road. This sign indicates a reversible lane road, meaning one or more lanes can change direction of traffic flow at different times, often controlled by overhead signals. Pay close attention to these signals. Question 148. What is the stopping distance on a wet road compared to a dry road? A. About the same. B. At least double. C. Slightly shorter. D. Always triple. Answers is B, at least double. On wet roads, the grip between your tires and the road surface is significantly, meaning your braking distance, and therefore total stopping distance, can be at least double that on dry roads. Increase your following distance. Question 149. What does this sign indicate about the carriageway? A. Bus lane. B. Emergency stopping lane. C. Hard shoulder. D. Slow vehicle lane. Answers is B. Emergency stopping lane. This sign indicates an emergency stopping lane. These lanes are for emergency use only, typically found on specific stretches of road, for vehicles to pull over in case of breakdown or emergency, and are not for general use. Question 150. What should you do if your view is completely blocked by a large vehicle you are following? A. Overtake immediately. B. Drop back to increase your view of the road ahead. C. Honk your horn. D. Move closer to see around it. Answers is B. Drop back to increase your view of the road ahead. If your view is blocked by a large vehicle, you should increase your following distance. This allows you to see further ahead, anticipate hazards, and gives you more time to react safely to any changes.